Well, hello and happy February to all of you fantastic ladies, gentlemen, and llamas. I am back, and we have the first of the new subscriptions we are going to be looking at on the channel. This, as you can see, is Apocabox Plus. This comes to us courtesy of Bobby. Bobby is really cool. Bobby is a Patreon member. Bobby is a longtime supporter of the channel, and Bobby is also a fellow veteran. So we have lots to talk about. And he elected to do he pays for the box, and we're going to unbox it together, and then I'm going to send it to him when we're done. So thank you, Bobby. Awesome guy. Now, this is the welcome box. So remember, as we talk about Apocabox, it's bi-monthly, so every other month we get one. This is just the welcome box, which is why it came right away. I'm actually not sure if there's going to be... Well, I guess we're not getting one for February because we got this. So we probably won't see it again until April, maybe? Or is there one in March? I'm not sure what the schedule is. If I figure it out, I'll put it in text. But let's look at our welcome box, Bobby's welcome box, from Apocabox, and see what we've got going on. Now, this is December 2023's box, so I guess the first box is, the last box? I don't know, but let's see everything that we've got here. The box has some weight. Now, Bobby also has his own boys that he's interested in, doing the outdoors survival stuff with. So here's the thing. Apocabox Plus has those projects that you can do. We'll look at the projects, but we're not going to do the projects on the channel because Bobby's going to do them, actually do them with his boys. And I don't want to. Obviously, we're not going to take that away from him. So we'll look at what the projects are, and then maybe Bobby will give me like some cool some pictures and stuff once him and the boys put that stuff together. So now this is my first time seeing Apocabox. So let's see what we've got. So we have 1, 2. Well, I don't know. Maybe we've got more stuff than is on this. Oh, these are the plus items. Okay. All right. So this is the December 2023 content list. These are the Apocabox Plus items. Again, sorry, guys. This is my first time seeing the box. So yes, I am a little disheveled and disorganized, but we are going to figure it all out together. And so this is why I like to do this in real time with you, so that my response to everything is genuine and All right, so first we've got a couple things: Sage to Sawtooth Bushcraft and Mountain Man Money. As a Boy Scout, we call toilet paper Mountain Man Money. Okay. I'm going to read this later, but there's a QR code that you guys can scan if you're interested. And then Learn Outdoor Skills Online. OutdoorCore.com. Here's just a little sampling there. And there's a discount code if you're interested in checking that out. Okay. So let's start with the regular items. The takedown pack pole. I'm going to assume it's this guy, because it looks like it would be this. Or is it... What is this? No, this is not it, but this looks cool. All right, the takedown pack pole, which I'm assuming this thing is. Oh, do we got to actually unscrew this to get the instructions out? Well, that's not entirely convenient, but okay. Okay, Mongolians, I'll play your game. Well, okay. Now I'm assuming we got to put this back in. We'll just do it about halfway, just in case we got to take it out again. All right. The rod tip is steam bent white oak barrel stave from whiskey barrels. Okay. An initial coat of paste wax or shoe polish and periodic coats after use will seal and protect. Thanks. The illustrations here remind me of something called Ranger Rick's Digest, old school army. If you've seen it, you've seen it. So a Swedish pimple pole. So we remove the screw. Oh, okay, so we do need to remove the screw because we're gonna reposition the screw because this becomes the reel. And oh, we gotta unscrew a lot of stuff here. So this is gonna require, you know, if you're out and about, it's a good thing I have a multi-tool here because this requires you to constantly screw and unscrew. And I'm wondering, over a period of time, the threading does it get messed up in the wood? That would be my concern. So then, because it looks like there's just drilled holes, you know, not actual threading, and I'm not, you know, obviously this is a bushcraft type thing, and this is something that you could make for yourself if you study the construction of it. And it's not even that hard to do, actually. I mean, if you just look at the shape and you look at the pieces, you know, using this as a model, you could create several of these. The fact that this is steam bent, that would be... So steam bent, if you're not familiar, what they do is they take the wood, they soak it in water, and then they use hot steam to form it over something, and they clamp it down. And the hot steam, once the wood is wet and moist, the hot steam really makes it soft, and it's clamped, and then it's let to dry. I watch how it's made very often, so I know how it works. Did I put something in wrong? I did. This screw is not supposed to be there. So don't lose this screw. So then the reel goes in here. This is your reel. Ooh, you know what? We're gonna have trouble here. Actually, no, we're not. So this is the reel. And this is how you hold it. And you put your fishing line through there. And yeah, this is your reel for winding up. And you have this little wooden, very simple, oh yeah, you put the screw back in there to hold it. Very simple fishing pole. That's interesting. And again, you could, studying this, you could easily make this yourself. Okay, interesting. I like it because it is something you could study and make yourself, and it is very simple. And I'm assuming it would work. I don't know. It's kind of cool. So I'm not a huge fishing guy, but it seems very interesting to me. And I'd love you guys. All right. Anybody have experience with something like this? Tell me how it works. And then you put your line around here, and I would want to go fishing with it just to figure out, just to see how it works. All right, moving on. Mountain Man money. That's this stuff. So, funny enough, my neighbor, and I mentioned him before, we have our little neighborhood mutual defense pack. He just gave me some of these, not these, but other, you know, compressed. Oh wow, this is full already, and these are just refills. So I know that I do have permission from Bobby to demonstrate a few things, and I don't think he'll miss one of these. And you guys have probably seen something like this before. This is a compressed little towel. So if I were to, I just have this cup here, and all you got to do is just give it some water, and not gonna lie, It's kind of tampon-like. But you add water to it, and it starts to get fluffy. And now you have a wet wipe, basically. It's, you know, it's got a little strength. It'll rip. But now you've got a little wet washcloth. You can let it dry out, you know, and use it for other stuff if you want. But these things are actually pretty cool. This is a water, you know, the same kind of container that we put matches in, which is why there's a little ferro rod on the bottom of it. But these things actually are very convenient to carry around. So there we go. And you saw it took very little water to do this. Ideally, you would use clean water, but you could use stream water or anything else. You won't get any sediment in it if you use stream water or something like that, because you just dip it in and it works pretty fast. So this bag is ripped, so I'll have to fill it up with something else. But these are cool things to have in a camping kit or a go bag or whatever, because you can use them for various things. You could actually use this in a first aid capacity. You know, they're not sterile, obviously, but you know, if it's all you got, it's all you got, and you could put it on an injury, or you know, just cleaning yourself up, whatever. Okay, cool. What's next? How to make a bucksaw. So this is the project, and there is a whole bunch of. I mean, it's a pretty. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, not that it's a lot, but it's a lot of instruction with pictures, and you can see that there's very primitive methods and there's more engineered methods and everything. This is the kind of book that I would want to read and go all the way through. But this is what Bobby's going to do with his kids, and they provide you with a bucksaw blade. So they give you the blade, and then you can choose the method you want. Yeah, these teeth are pretty nice. That's going to cut some wood. So then you can choose which method you want. Oh, this is the first print copy of the book, fresh off the press, for Apocabox members. So that's pretty cool. And I would, you know, I would like to get a copy of this book, actually, and follow some methods. I've never made a bucksaw, but they give you the blade, and they give you the method to make stuff, and there you go. So there's your project. What else? 24-inch bucksaw blade. Okay, we just did that. EDC pocket saw. I believe that is this guy right here. Be ready for anything. So this is a little polymer deal. I don't have anything to test it on right now, and I'm certainly not going to test it on any of this wood, but I don't know if you can tell, the teeth alternate left and right, which is going to help you not get stuck in a cut. It's going to make a slightly wider cut. It's pretty cool to have. I don't know how well it works. It's very thin, but it's fairly comfortable to hold. And, you know, you're not going to cut a log with it, but you could definitely cut some little sticks or twigs and stuff. Has a very interesting smell for tinder and stuff. It's kind of cool. Okay. Active skin repair. So we've got two of these things, 2 bottles. Cleansing body spray. Okay. Medical grade treatment for everyday wound care and skin repair. It works on minor wounds, cuts, scrapes, sunburns, normal burns, chafing, rashes, insect bites, and other skin irritations. I need to look up the active ingredient. HOCI. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. The writing on this is so small, I got to use one of these. Hang on. We're going to find out what the active ingredient is. Hypochlorous acid. Okay. That's the HOCI, electrolyzed water, sodium chloride, salt, and phosphates. Hypochlorous acid, I don't know what that is. Liberally apply active spray to the affected area. Gauze dressings may be saturated with active spray, then placed directly on the wound. HOCI is a molecule produced by our bodies in response to injury that helps support the body's natural healing process. I would like to, you know what? I'm curious at how this works. I'm going to have to look it up. But interesting addition to a go bag or a first aid kit. This tick shield I don't see on the list, but extra strength bug spray kills and repels fleas, ticks, ants, mosquitoes, scorpions, mites, wasps, and roaches. Cedarwood oil, DEET free. See what it smells like. You will smell like a closet, and that's kind of cool. Drawstring 12x6 possum pouch. That's got to be this. It has it feels waxed almost. Nice waterproof feel. I mean, you can feel this is going to protect your stuff. Nothing much to say about it though, but see the water I just almost spilled? This would have protected it. It's got it really has a nice protected feel. And that seems to be it on the list, but we have a few more things before we get into the plus items. So we've got a emergency poncho, and it looks like a space blanket. That's a poncho. Okay. We've got a whistle. Well, okay, that would be pretty loud if I actually did it full blast, and it clips onto stuff. We've got, so we saw this, and this you can make yourself, and I actually really like, you can see how it's the welding there, the heat marks. Little fishing spear or hunting or whatever, and I like that you can see how it's physically made by hand. Got a stick, put it in there, and that's not bad. Looks like it was made from, I like that you can see how this was made. It's made from nails. You can see that it's made from nails and then steel strip. That's pretty cool. That's like a handmade thing. Furstock, a big red ferro rod, which is cool because usually you only see them in black. And I mean, it's a big red ferro rod. And what do we have here? Scraper. Maybe we'll test this out outside just to give it a scrape. I don't want to, like I said, Bobby has given me permission to test stuff out. I don't want to go crazy on it. Learn to strike like a fire boss. Here's a link to a free video. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that works and what that coating is. Okay, so there's that. Now we have our 2 plus items. This is like cold steel. Danger, do not grip above this line when drawing the knife. So, let's get a paper towel. I'm gonna have to look this up and put all kinds of specs. We've seen this kind of thing before from several companies. So it is a knife, but it is also made so you can make it into a spear or a pike or whatever you want to call it. I don't have a good feeling about this. I was wrong. It's not bad. It certainly is a little bit more refined right up near the belly over here than towards the rear. I'm not going to, I don't have cord to do a pull through and everything right now. It's got some leverage for chopping, that's for sure. Does it say on here what it is made of and stuff? SK5. SK5. Interesting steel. But this is, you can see it's just one piece of steel. It's wrapped around so you can form it into your spear or whatever. It's interesting. We've seen a lot of these from, I don't know how to say it, lower grade companies or stuff like that. This one, the coating is nicer. This is actually more well formed, more even, and the blade is pretty good out of the package. and little tiny ferro rod. So, very Mora-like clip. Now we got one item left. And that is a sewing kit. Through all this, I don't know where I put my knife that I was using. My fancy, brand new onyx knife. Where has it gone? Oh well, good thing we have a knife. And it's a sewing kit. You know what? Nothing really to write home about. It's good to have. It's always good to have a sewing kit. But you know, it looks kind of like the military. They used to have a little sewing kit. You could get it at the PX. Sometimes they'd issue it to you, but bushcraft sewing kit. I don't know what makes this a bushcraft sewing kit, but you know, it's a sewing kit. So good to have in your stuff. When you go to survival school, there is actually a lot of sewing involved with bigger needles and stuff. But when you go to SEER, you have to create things, and you have to do it in a certain amount of time. Survival instructors have to do a lot of sewing in their instructor school, the SEER instructors, because being able to make stuff that you need out in the field is an important skill. So. That is our first Apocabox, and I'm sorry, this is just a jumbled mess over here. I wasn't really expecting to do a video today, but it just arrived. So, with the exception of maybe this, but I understand the concept, I don't see any like real fluff kind of items. Everything here is useful. I'm really curious about this guy. I think it's very different. I haven't seen something like this in a box before. I think that the how to make a bucksaw is really cool. Kind of on the fence about this, but I love this. I love that it's handmade, and I love that it's made out of, you can tell, you can see what it was repurposed to make it. I think that this is going to be cool. I think this is going to be a cool subscription, and I can't wait to see what comes next. So, what do you guys think? Bobby, what do you think? This is your box. You let me know what you think of this. But these are some cool, useful things overall. And a lot of people wanted to see this box. A lot of people like this box. I'm really excited to see some of the further projects that they have to offer. But yeah, so first box I think is maybe not the greatest we've ever seen, but it's a pretty good box. It's a pretty good box. So your opinions, guys. First new box for 2024 on the channel. I really want to know what you think. Thanks, Bobby. Again, you're awesome. You guys are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.